Hello, my friends. Today we're going to look at the Amberlynn subreddit. Now, I am not super familiar with Reddit, just kind of in general. I don't spend a lot of time there, but I do know that some of the funniest things I've ever seen on the internet have been on Reddit. So I just kind of thought this would be fun, and this is going to just be a real quick kind of peek into it. And in the future, if you guys want to see more of this, I will definitely come back because there's a lot of information on this subreddit and just kind of on this site that you're not going to get on YouTube. You know, that's where a lot of the extra information comes from. People kind of find out stuff and they post it to Reddit. So it's kind of fun to see all the extracurricular reading material, you know. So we're just going to look through this and see if there's any new information, something that I haven't heard yet. Just so you know, I did not watch the members live. You know, I've been doing that for the last few weeks and I just can't anymore. It sucks. It's not fun. And the amount of time it takes to make those videos and just having to listen to her over and over again inside her echo chamber is not fun. So I will probably not be doing that anymore. So let's just go through here and just see if there's anything interesting or new. If you'd like to like and subscribe, that would literally be hectic. I'm not going to lie. Okay, so this is Erica had something to say after the whole debacle with Amber talking about Brittany. I think I'll say what I need to say. By the way, did you let Rarity loose because you claimed she scratched your leg and gave you cellulitis? Yet you refused doctor's orders for the skin cream. I mean, first of all, the fact that Amber went to a doctor at all is mind-blowing. She likely just went to the ER. And then also not to listen to the doctor? Yeah, of course, that's Amber. Are you not calling Steven your stepdad anymore because he keeps making inappropriate comments to you at bingo? That's weird. Ugh. I mean, first of all, gross, Steven. Yuck. Touching your leg and saying creepy things as you claimed. So Amber is claiming that her stepdad or her mom's boyfriend is touching her. She has said that before. She actually said that she had been SA'd by one of her dad's friends. And then when kind of called out on it, she was like, well, I mean, I call it SA, but I mean, I guess you might call it harassment, but I like to call it SA. But he was just like touching me sometimes and, you know, just saying things like I'm beautiful and things like that. So I was basically SA, right? I mean, same thing.
And when I said that they would essay me, when I use the A word, assault, I consider harassment as an assault. They would like touch my leg, like mess with my hair, like put it behind my ear, touch my arm, brush against me on on purpose, things like that.
What an asshole. So now she's saying that her mom's boyfriend is doing it. Cool. Oh, how's Twinkie? Are you still demanding her to give you her paw before you feed her? Is she still pissing in your bathroom? So, I mean, that's just weird, man, and also gross. How's your mom? Have you two had any fights because she won't choose you over the man she plans to marry? That's not surprising at all that she would be mad about that, right? Of course she would. She's a narcissist. Are you still yelling at her in the car ride she gives you? Again, not surprising in the least. If she says something that Amberlynn doesn't like, or if she doesn't do something fast enough or good enough for Amberlynn, of course she's going to scream at her and become irate. I'm hoping she gave you a ride to the dentist. I know that cracked half tooth is painful, considering the fact that you thought you didn't need a regular cleaning, nor floss. Yeah, I noticed in the last video she was showing herself flossing. I don't know when this was posted, but that wouldn't surprise me at all if she was doing that as a response to this. That you thought you didn't need a regular cleaning. Of course she doesn't go to the dentist, nor floss, since just brushing should do all of that, as you claimed. And again, of course, Amberlynn would be like, the thing that I do is all I need to do, right? Whatever it is, I just brush, that's all I need. I don't need to go to the dentist. All of this over a sweatshirt. And remember, it was that why are you so obsessed with me sweatshirt that Brittany wore. A sweatshirt of now multiple pictures of other people wearing. You won't ever change. No one can ever love you simply because you dig your claws into every fiber and breath of the person you've chosen to manipulate. Yeah, I mean, she's not wrong. Amberlynn will never have a successful relationship because it's all about Amber, and she doesn't know how to love. She doesn't know how to actually like give the love. Okay, so this one says Amber let Rarity out. So let's see what this says.
Go through this whole thing, okay? All right, the tea. Here we go. Did you let Rarity loose because you claimed she scratched your leg and gave you cellulitis? Rarity has, yes, given me cellulitis before. That has happened in my time. So this is Erica because of that. But no, I did not let Rarity loose because of that, because this was years and years ago that it happened. So that's one thing.
I mean, it could have happened again, right? She's claiming that it has happened. It could have happened again. Yeah, so I actually had a comment in one of my videos, and it may have been this person that said, I've been talking to Brittany. She wants to talk to somebody. She wants to get her story out there. I don't think she would want to talk to me. I'm a small fry, so I don't think she would have any interest in talking to me. But even if she did, I just said, listen, I'm not sure that's a great idea, because at this point, whoever's going to believe Amber is going to believe Amber. Whoever's going to believe, Eric and Brittany, like, it's all going to be she said, and I don't think it's going to help Brittany in the long run, right? I think the best thing to do at this point would just be ignore it, unless they just want the attention, which that could very well be. Yeah, and this is a common thing in the subreddit. Careful about touching the poo, right? And that's, unfortunately, once you get involved with Amberlynn, you're kind of the poo. And now I understand that Brittany is the victim in all this, right? Of the three of them, she was pretty screwed. But they all suck. Because at this point, from what I can tell, and again, I don't know all the whole story and stuff, and I don't really particularly care, but from what I can tell, they all kind of suck, at least a little bit. Okay, all right, this is probably going to be a good one. The way she uses her liver tit as an armrest will never stop being funny to me. Yeah, I mean, she rests her arms on her side because her sides stick out so much that she can like rest her arms on her side. That's just so weird, man. This comment, seriously unnerving anatomy. It's all just moving. I know it's all totally normal for her at this point, and she doesn't know any different, but there should be no reason you should be overlapping yourself so much. Boobs on stomach, arms on stomach, stomach on legs, boobs on liver tit, liver tit on stomach. Enjoy your flesh prison, Amber. That's... Got her. That is so funny. Overlapping. Somebody said, I hate that stupid hand gesture she always makes, and it's this. While she's resting, she's doing this. This is liver tit is where the milk comes from. Hashtag fact. Oh, Reddit. Yeah, this is just showing the lying that she does. This is the kind of face that she makes when she's lying, right? Obviously, she overdoes it, and it's just obnoxious. This is funny, just the proportions. And just a heads up, while I was recording this, Beck released a video titled Taking Responsibility for My Past Controversies. And I assume it will probably cover some of the stuff we're about to talk about. I have not seen it yet. I'm going to cover that in its own separate video. So this is where it gets interesting. And if you don't know the whole story, Alex's Shook did a live stream, and Alex breaks down basically everything. So if you want to know what's going on, go check out that live stream. And it shows a lot of inappropriate and really damning and disgusting interactions with minors by Beck's now ex, apparently, fiance. So it's a pretty shitty situation. So yeah, I mean, I feel for Beck because Beck clearly has been through a lot, but I don't know, man. At this point, it's hard to really defend anybody because it just seems like as soon as you start saying, oh yeah, no, this person's fine, turns out they're not fine, So I don't know, but let's look at this. So I'm not going to read this whole thing, but it just says, I want to say first that my now ex-partner and I are currently separating. Some of you may not believe me. Some of you may think she is an unredeemable person. I've seen for myself what she has said and posted in the past. It was wrong. There is nothing else I can say. Interacting with minors in any inappropriate way is wrong. Whether it had to do with fandoms or post trends or anything, it doesn't matter. It's inexcusable. I don't want anyone to think I won't condemn these things. And it says, while I don't agree with what she did, I don't think she is a danger or a predator. I can't say that. I have gotten to know her and her past very intimately, and I believe she is not a harmful person. Now, here's the thing. I know Beck wants to think that, right? I think Beck wants to believe that, and that may very well be the case. But, I mean, some of the best predators are really good at hiding the fact that they're predators. So I'm not saying that Dakota is. I don't know. I don't know her. But again, predators can be very good at hiding the fact that they're predators. So it says, we talked and went through everything, and we decided together that it was best to separate because neither of us sees a way forward from this for multiple reasons. She is ashamed, and I am confused and hurt, even though I still love her. But regardless of how I feel, I want to say this. It is terrifying being under the eyes of hundreds of thousands of people. Every action you have ever made in your past can and will come back, no matter the intention, the reason, the cause, or the change. And I do believe that others holding people accountable is very important, but there's a fine line between accusation and persecution. So, I mean, I guess I get that. I mean, should somebody be held accountable forever for something they did 10 years ago? I mean, I guess it depends on what it is, right? I don't know, man. That just sucks. And Beck says she's not a public figure and cannot explain herself. And like I said, she doesn't want me or anyone to defend her post because she believes now that what she did then was not okay. So, yeah, I mean, she's not a public figure, but I mean, what do you expect, man? When you get involved with the Amberverse, like, and Dakota knew. Dakota has been involved with gorlworld for a long time. So it's not like she didn't know what gorlworld is, right? What the Amberverse is all about. That anything in her past would definitely come to light. This community is full of internet wizards. You know, they will find anything and everything you've ever done. So, I mean, what did she expect? If you have something like that in your past, probably not a great idea to jump into the Amberverse by dating somebody who is part of it. But, I mean, whatever. It's just people are going to do what they're going to do. And Beck says that they're going to be taking a break and all that stuff. And they say, I need to restart my life again to process and understand everything that happened. So, yeah, I mean, that sucks. That sucks for Beck. And because they seemed happy. And it just really feels like they have just been going through a lot of shit lately, you know? So this is a comment that I wanted to read. And it just says, wasn't she just in the sub? And just in case you're not like super cool like me and you don't know, sub is short for subreddit. You're welcome. Talking shit behind a sock, which that apparently is something Dakota is known for. I hope Beck means this. I don't like meddling in people's lives, but this woman seems like bad news. For her to have Beck believing that she knows what she did was wrong seems manipulative, considering there was evidence, not proof, but reason to believe that Dakota had been in here justifying her behavior and stating it was 10 years ago for days. I don't know, sucks for Beck. Beck, if you read this, or if one of Beck's friends does, please deliver the message. Sometimes it's best to grow on your own. A partner in life is nice, but it's not necessary. You seem to have grown as a person by a lot over the last few years. Keep going. Only good can come from growth. Also, fuck you, Amber. This isn't a win for you. So, yeah, I kind of agree. Like, because from what I've seen and what some people have been saying, Dakota has been in here trying to defend her actions, right? And now, how do we know their sock accounts? Again, there are internet wizards that figure that stuff out, but usually it's pretty obvious when everybody is saying, hey, this person sucks, and there's one commenter that's like, you guys don't know what you're talking about. They're actually really awesome. You don't know them. So, yeah, I'm going to guess that's probably a sock. But I just thought that comment was worth sharing. So another thing I noticed after reading the Beck stuff, a lot of people are being like, oh, Amber is going to be insufferable. She is going to be so smug. That sucks. Yeah, and that's true, because she thinks this is a win for her. It's not. But her goal was to shut Beck up. Her goal was to hurt Beck. And now it's happened. So, yeah, like this. It says, this is all she wanted. She couldn't silence Beck over anything about Beck themselves. So she took shots at everyone around Beck until something hit. And that, I'm going to upvote that, because that is absolutely true. Yeah, and this says, as soon as I read Beck was going to take a break, I knew instantly that Amber was going to take this as a win. She wanted Beck to shut up, and she got it. God damn it. Yeah. That sucks, man. This is something that I actually thought about, and I don't know why I didn't mention it, but it says, my mom wanted me to try this. It says, I've noticed her showing her mom's food and saying she took some bites because my mom wanted me to try this. She did that with the pretzels at bingo.
So these pretzels were my mom's because we both got an appetizer. You will see mine in a minute. But she wanted me to try one. So the one that's bitten off, that one is mine.
Right? She said, my mom got these pretzels, or these like pretzel bites, and she just wanted me to try it. So that's why I have a bite out of one of them. Do we believe her mom is actually telling Amber to take some of her food? If my daughter was over 500 pounds, I would not be pushing her to eat my food as well as hers. Then again, I also wouldn't regularly be taking her out to eat, nor would I be driving her hours away to deliver her to a feeder with a literal body count. So there's that. Or maybe Amber's lying and she either asked for her mom's food or it was never for her mom at all. It sure sounds better to say my mom wanted me to try this as opposed to I bought 2 separate meals because I wanted them both. Thoughts? I think it's this one. Now, I also think that her mom enables her for sure. Like almost everything they do, food is involved. But the problem with that is it's Amberlynn. If she says I'm hungry and Mama Lynn says, maybe not, let's wait. You think Amber's going to take that? We already know from Erica, who said earlier that she yells at her mom while her mom's giving her rides and stuff. So we know Amber just doesn't take no for an answer. So it's enabling, yes, but it's also, it's kind of the lesser of two evils. But no, I think in those instances where she's saying that she ate some of her mom's food, she's lying. She just either took it or ordered it herself and just saying it's her mom's food. This is another thing that Reddit is good for, is this kind of stuff. So I saw this, and this is something I kind of thought about too. Amber is going to bingo 3 times this week because she gets to eat takeout without using Uber Eats. She can technically say she met her goal of only ordering delivery 3 times. Yeah, for sure. And I'm sorry to ruin your day, but it says Amber has about 600 channel members now. Now, I don't know how this person knows that. And I'm sure Amber has said something like that, but, I wouldn't be surprised at this point. She really has an echo chamber. But this says, stop giving this bish money, which I would like to know how many of those are like legit Amber fans and how many of them are people that just want to see the tea and want to troll or whatever. There are other ways to see the live without paying her money, you guys. So I guess somebody reached out to Emily on Instagram and said, I hope you're healing like Beck and Destiny. Much love. And Emily says, I watched their video and I thought they were reading texts right out of my phone. Getting better every day, thanks. So with Beck and Destiny, with the whole live stream where they went over all the texts and stuff from back in the day, Emily's saying it looks just like the text that she would get. Now, again, just like this person says, we still don't like Emily. Emily sucks too. But that is interesting. Of course it is. Amberlynn has not changed at all, and she never will. So anyway, I just thought this was an interesting look at a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of thoughts, a wealth of just interesting things. So I don't know if this is going to be a regular thing, but I think we can get a lot of information from the subreddit that we're not getting on YouTube, you know, some little bit of side information. So let me know if you want me to do this again, and we'll just kind of see how it goes. I appreciate you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.